Hell yeah, yes, sir. That's how you kick off a Friday night right there, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? Welcome to Glick's House of Music. You know me, I am Glick. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully you guys had a great week. We're going to get your weekend started right. Real quick, if you're not already, make sure you're following the network. Make sure you're checking out all the shows. We got shows Monday through Sunday. I'll tell you about them later. All at The Nonsensical Network on all them social medias, Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Tiki-Taki, we are there. Not to mention we are live Monday through Sunday on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X as well. And you can listen to us anytime, any place, wherever you listen to podcasts at, all at The Nonsensical Network, or you can simply let your fingers do the typing and run right over to bio.link/nonsensical network. And all them links are right there. You guys know the drill. Give us a follow. Give us a listen. And if you'd be so kind and give us a share, we greatly appreciate that. And don't forget to give us the old double thumbing. Jeff loves it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest in the building tonight. You heard her rocking out to Jimi Hendrix. She went out on a limb because not just anybody can do Jimi Hendrix, but she did, and she killed it. It is the lovely and talented Miss Jules. And I'm going to ask her about this. Jules and the Howl.
Yo, man, can I get you as my hype man for all my shows? Holy shit, that was fucking great. Thank you so much for that intro, man. Really, thank you.
I am for hire.
I got you. I'll fly your ass over. I'll fly your ass over to LA. It'll be great.
Yeah, I am for hire. I had one of the guys I interviewed a few weeks back. He was like, God, Glick, you would be a great manager. I was like, I don't know anything about the music industry other than the fact that I love music. You know?
Honestly, like that's like one core part. Honestly, just being so passionate about who you're managing. And so I'm not surprised that your friend said that, to be honest with you.
Yes, absolutely. We were hanging out backstage. Sorry, we're a little late tonight, guys. All my fault. As per usual, most shows I host do start late. Well, I was playing Call of Duty, but we were hanging out backstage talking and shooting the shit, as I like to do. But nonetheless, it's a Friday night I guess kind of a ritual kind of thing before we kick the show off with the guests. First things first, cheers.
Salud. Wait. There we go.
Mm-hmm. But how you doing? How's everything going?
I'm good, man. I'm stoked to be here. I've already had a really good time with you, so thank you so much for having me on here, asking me to be on here on a Friday night. I'm happy in hell. I'm happy in hell. I meant happy as hell, but
happy in hell.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll be that way too, but it's all good.
Much like myself, I'm in Ohio, and I call it hell, and everybody outside of California calls California hell. So
LA is its own kind of hell. So I guess I'm happy here too.
Hey, as long as you're happy where you're at, that's all that matters.
Exactly, happy as a clam.
I do want to say, first and foremost, happy belated birthday. How's it feel to be 21 and of legal drinking age?
I am a yes. It is my anniversary of turning 21. Yes, thank you so much.
I tell everybody I'm 22, so.
Right, hey man, you and me both. I'll take it. I will say, I mean, I got a baby face, and I'm grateful for it now because I still get carded, and I'm like, yes, thank you so much, and especially because my husband, he's got a beard.
You got to take those wins.
Yeah. My husband's got like a really great beard, and so pretty much every time that he and I are out together, and I have no makeup on or whatever, I'm in glasses, then like they're like, "Can I see your ID?" And I'm like, hey, "It's because they think that you're a lot older than me." so yeah. But thank you, I appreciate it.
Speaking of your husband, happy belated birthday to him, because you guys have birthdays that are pretty close to one another.
Yeah, you do your research. I did. I love that, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. No, it's funny because people are like, how the hell are two Geminis married? And I'm like, man, I don't know. We talk it out. We have learned how to fight. I will say that. We are both very emotional human beings, and we have just learned how to fight. But no, I mean, it works out. He's June 13th. I'm June 15th. And no, we're still standing. Almost 9 years later, we're still standing. So here we go.
I was just going to ask, how long have you guys been together?
Wow. Yeah.
It is. You know, I don't know a lot about a lot. I know just a very little bit about like the astrology and zodiac signs.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know too much, but you know, being out in LA. Yeah. I mean, being out in LA is what people tell me, right? They're like, people like, oh my gosh, Gemini's two together, like, whoa. I'm like,
yeah. I don't know. It works, you know.
Yeah, like I don't know what's done,
bro. I'm a Libra. What do I know? You know,
it's true. Like I mean, you know, I think there's kind of a little bit of truth to everything, right? But like it is not something that like I know a ton about. Oh, Carl, God bless. Oh, Carl, thank you for being here.
I will be popping up comments periodically as the night goes. Calm down. There's one of my co-hosts right there. Shut up, Shut up, Jaravishi.
Jaravishi.
Yeah, his name's Jarvis, but we call him Jaravishi, and somehow he's from Minnesota. We tell him he's from Canada. He's also Canadian and he's Italian, so we call him Jaravishi. And we're trying to convince him to change his show to the Jaravishi Project and talk in Italian, like a New York Italian accent.
I'm
I'm doing a show here, all right?
Yeah, what are you doing over here? No, see, that's great because I'm half Italian, and my mom like was raised in Little Italy, Chicago, so I'm very familiar with all that all that slang, all that shit.
See, Jarvis, you got a blessing from a half Italian. I guess that counts.
Jarvis, salud. There you go.
So I don't do the typical boring interviews. I will ask you some questions, but we're going to hang out a little bit. I got a few of your songs here that I want to play as well tonight, but I do want to ask, obviously, the obvious questions. I got beard hair that's driving me crazy. When did you start doing music, and how long have you been doing music? Sorry, squirrel.
Yeah. Squirrel. No, I'm with you. I'm the same way. I'm like, huh? No, yeah, I have been doing it professionally for almost 10 years now, which is nuts. And I started out doing musical theater and show choir, which was super cool, super fun, super nerdy, super nerdy. I will just say that. Let me just say this. I was in show choir before Glee came on. Motherfucker stole that shit from me and my friends. I'm just saying. But no, I did show choir. I did musical theater. I did theater in college. I was blessed with the opportunity to study abroad in London at an acting conservatory. Came back my senior year of college, and I was like, you know what? I don't think the audition thing is for me. Specifically, I'll give you the quick story. Specifically, I was auditioning for a grad program in New York, and I went to school in Boston. So,
I'm sorry.
I don't really have a lot of affinity for the city, but part of that is because my dad's a Yankees fan, right? So you probably know this, that like Boston's a fucking religion when it comes to the sports. So it's
okay, you're from Chicago. How is your old man a Yankees fan?
My old man's from Jersey.
Okay. All right.
No, my old man's from Jersey. My mom's from Chicago. They met in New York, and then they went back to Chicago. That's pretty much how all that shit went down. Yeah.
Makes sense. We'll allow it.
We will allow this. No. So I like the Yankees and all that, but it's like it's Boston. It's a fucking religion. Their sports. Okay, it's fucking. You know what I mean? And I mean, even when I was there, it was like, I think the Patriots were in the Super Bowl and, the Red Sox and their bullshit, whatever. But anyway, so I'm there in Boston. I take the train down to New York. I do the audition and it was just terrible. I think I probably bombed it. It was just bad. And I'm like, just wandering around New York. Like, what the fuck am I going to do? What am I going to do with my life? Like, what is this shit? And I swear to God, it's, call it fate, call it God, call it the universe, whatever. But I wandered into a music store. Like literally I was just walking around aimlessly trying to calm down myself out of how shitty the audition went. And I just wandered into a music store and I just sat down at the piano and I just started playing. And I swear to God, man, I felt all the tension and the stress and the anxiety just like leave my body through my fingertips into the music. And I thought to myself in that moment, I was like, if this isn't a sign from God, the universe, whatever the hell you believe in, that I am meant to pursue music, then I don't know what is. And so pretty much halfway through my senior year, I was like, JK, we're doing music. And everyone was like, what? What are you talking about? You've been studying theater this whole time. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. We're going to find out. And here we are. So that was the story of that.
Just fuck it, wing it, hey,
Pretty much. I mean, it was one of those things where like, I knew that I would regret not pursuing music. I didn't feel the same way about not pursuing theater, not pursuing film. Now, do I miss theater? 100%. Oh my God, yes. I live vicariously through my husband, who's an actor. He's done film, he's done theater. I will say though, I've gotten my musical rocks off lately because I co-founded, whatever you want to call it, a musical theater tribute band. So that's my other project. I have a couple projects, and I shouldn't say that. I really have two projects, and Jules and Howl being the main one, and then it's called Musies. It's a musical theater project, and we go around and it's like a rock band doing musical theater covers, and we got a couple costume changes, we got some choreography. Like, it's fucking awesome. It's so much fun. So I just get to kind of live out my musical theater. Yeah, I get to kind of live out my musical theater fantasy that way. Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys have like this is a two-parter here, because I love the theater. Believe it or not, I love the theater.
The theater.
I love it.
Yes, I love it.
But I do love the theater. Your second project here. Do you have a social media and stuff for that?
Yes. Okay. It's
throw out all your social media real quick.
Okay. So Jules and the Howl. Everywhere it's at Jules, Jules, and the Howl, HOWL, Howl like a wolf. And then Musies is MUSIES band, BAND, on Instagram, Facebook, and all that. So that's a little bit newer of a project, so it's not as much shit on there. So we're still kind of getting off the ground. But we've had a couple gigs, and it's been really well received. So I love that. Send that over to me. I will. I got you, bro. I got you.
And I can share it out for you and stuff as well.
Do it.
I love that stuff. But it's funny. Like you said, call it God, whatever.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I'm a firm believer is everything happens for a reason, and everything happens when it's supposed to. And like you said, you just, all that stress, all that frustration, everything that was up here just went away. And that's the same way I am every time I turn the microphone on and hit the lights. It's like, all right, the rest of the world is behind me. The job stresses, the kids stresses, money, everything it's all behind me. And now it's like, it's go time. Let's have fun. So me personally, as a new fan, I'm glad that you did walk into that music store and start playing that piano.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I genuinely appreciate that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I really, like I said, this is a 2-for-1 for me tonight here on the show. I didn't know how I didn't know how or if I would ever have a female guest on here. But I got one. Woo! And not only that, but my first female guest on the show is a rocker chick. And if you guys know me and listen to early shows, I'm a huge fan of rocker chicks. The female rockers are, I guess I could put you guys in your own genre, your own category. That's right up there in my top 3 favorite categories. Back in Women's History Month, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, it's in March.
I was like, what am I? Because I was still just playing music on the show. I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And my fiance, she was like, it's Women's History Month. Why don't you do a show dedicated to women? And I was like, that's a hell of an idea. I'm doing all rocker chicks.
Smart lady.
And I wound up doing 2. The first part, did so well that everybody wanted a part 2. So I did a part 2, and I had fun because some of my favorite artists in the rock genre are women. And
hell yeah.
So it's super one for me tonight. So for any of my fellow co-hosts that are out there and have their ears on, I was actually a little nervous tonight. So you guys can run with that tomorrow night and enjoy that little sniff it.
Oh, but you're doing so great, and I'm just stoked to be here, man.
She told me she would go easy and be gentle with me.
You were not supposed to tell them that, bro.
Yeah, they would get it out of me eventually.
I tried, guys. I tried. I don't know what to tell you.
So Jules in the Howl. This is the one thing that I'm confused by.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your stage name, or is the Howl your band? And
kind of both. I mean, Jules in the Howl, like it's me. The Howl is, I mean, yeah, it's the band behind me. I do have I do have hired guns, but I do tend to kind of have the same people.
Okay.
It just kind of depends on scheduling out here in LA. But no, the Howl it's the community. It's the tribe of my music. It's I call them the Howlers, right? I call my fans, the people in my community, the Howlers. So the Howl, it's named after two things. It's one, it pays tribute to my heritage. When I was really kind of, because I think it takes an artist a number of years to really figure out their sound and their identity and their branding and all that, and really kind of figure out what kind of mark they're going to make. And it took me some years. And when I finally felt some synergy, some like aha moments, it was when I was listening to like the Woodstock era, basically. So like Led Zeppelin, The Who, Hendrix, I was like really Janis Joplin, she was one of my favorite vocalists of all time. Like you can't, like Piece of My Heart is like you want to say like, hey, yo, what's your go-to song if you want to like, show people what you got? It's Piece of My Heart. Like that's my, you know what I mean? That's my song. That's I
seen that. I almost.
Yeah.
I almost. I was like, no, I gotta go Hendrix.
Yeah, I hear you. No, I hear you. It's someday I'll release that, but make a thing of that. But anyway, no. So
I think you would kill it.
Oh, here's what I'll say about, and I'll get back into about what is the Howl and all that. But like, here's what I'll say about Piece of My Heart from Janis Joplin. Number one, it's just such a raw song because she's just a raw vocalist, and like I figured out how to growl with my voice. Now I am a classically trained singer. Like I did study a little bit of like opera and, shit like that, just to kind of like, because like, it's like that classical training is sort of a great foundation as a vocalist, because then you learn how to warm up, you learn how to use your voice as an instrument, the technique, you do it properly so that you don't fuck up your vocal cords and fry them and then have to have surgery. So I learned how to kind of emulate her growl without screwing up my voice. But I was still so inspired by the rawness, the kind of animalistic quality of it. And so I will say with Piece of My Heart, when I like literally like the first week I was in LA, I knew two people in LA. One was a former friend of mine, and another one was a contact out here. And he introduced me to someone who then got me into a jam. And at the time it was called the Sunset Jam. It happened at the Viper Room, which I know is a famous venue. Yep. I've done the Viper Room.
If you're a Viper Room alumni.
Oh yeah. I mean, I used to do the jams there a bunch. So this is pre-COVID. So literally, I think it's my first week or two there. I had the chance to debut essentially at this jam. And I didn't know anybody. And I was like, well, I better fucking pull out the stop and do Piece of My Heart. And so I did. And it went over well. And I was able to kind of, start my career in LA from there. So that's with that song and with Janis and all that. So anyway, so the Howl, so listening to those sounds of, Woodstock, and I was like, why do I love this? I love it because, that whole era was, if you watch videos from Woodstock, these people, I mean, yes, they're on drugs and all kinds of things, but like it's free love and, but like
do drugs and listen to music.
Yeah. and have a bunch of orgies. It's fine. Like whatever. But the spirit of it was so cathartic and so just liberating and just like no bars, no limits, no judgment. And I was like, this is a beautiful feeling to have and to be able to have as part of your music. So, okay, cool. So, now the Stones were not at Woodstock, but they were still of that era. And so the Stones were actually highly influenced by a Chicago blues musician, and I'm from Chicago, the Chicago area, as I told you backstage. Now, the Stones were inspired by a really prominent blues artist from Chicago named Howl Wolf. Here we go. Right. So I'm like, oh,
I love him.
Yeah.
Blues guy. So
okay, there you go. Smokestack Lightning, man, one of the best blues songs in my opinion. But yeah. So Howl Wolf, Stones pays tribute to Chicago, where I'm from, and that whole the roots of that cathartic rock sound and feeling. It also then for me, so the Howl is that, but the Howl is also like, for me, I want my music to be, like the Howl is the inspiration to be your full and authentic self. Okay. It's howling it out. It's just letting it all go. Like whether it's like, you're just screaming out to the music and you're singing along and like, again, like no bars, what am I trying to say? Nothing held back. You know what I mean? Like, it's cathartic, it's a release, it's emotional, it's authentic. It's just you being you within this community of howlers. So the Howl is like literally like howling it out, and as well as that release. And I do howl literally at my shows. I'm like, oh, like I do literally do that, and I do that on social media.
I've seen it on social media.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah. So my howlers do that too.
Nice.
So yeah. So it's. For me, I just wanted to be able to create a space where just people can let go and live out. And I do that on stage. I mean, I know you've seen some clips of me performing. Like I am very, very theatrical. I'm very physical. I'm very in your face. I don't sit still. I use the entire stage. Like I make it as much of an experience visually as sonically. And one of my influences for that is Freddie Mercury. Like he's a god to me. Yeah, he's a fucking god to me.
I mean, there's very, there's some artists that really stand out. Obviously, Freddie Mercury's up there. Sammy Hagar was one of those guys. David Lee, please forgive me, David Lee Roth. David Lee Roth.
I won't tell him. Hey, I won't tell him. Don't worry.
I'm a Van Halen guy, not a Van Hagar guy. But no, David Lee Roth was one of those guys. Axl Rose was one of those guys, and surprisingly, bucket list check. I got to see Guns N' Roses, actual Guns N' Roses a few years back, and I was like, man, I don't know if Axl still got it. I'd never seen him, but I grew up being a huge Guns N' Roses fan.
Sure.
But Axl's one of those guys. He's all over the stage.
Yep.
Seen some of the clips and that was one, outside of the music, but that was one of the other things. Like you put on a performance. That's part of as fans. And I say, I'm a fan. As fans, when we come and see you live, we want to, we don't want to see it just. And sorry again, Aaron Lewis. I know you're better now, but back in the day, I seen Aaron Lewis when Stain first made that run, and literally the dude did their whole set like this. He just sang into his mic like this the whole time, and it was really boring. And it was like, goddamn.
Yeah.
At the same rock fest that I seen Guns N' Roses. Shout out to Louder Than Life in Louisville, Kentucky.
Nice.
Stain was there, and I was like, oh man, I don't want to fucking watch Stain. But it was like complete 180. Yeah, Aaron Lewis was having fun. He was singing. He was moving around the stage. I'm like, I just seen this guy like 20 years ago, and it was terrible. And
and then he got his shit together. I guess I don't know. Yeah,
it's part of what we pay for as fans. We want to see that performance. We want to have a good time. If you're having fun, we're having fun.
That's the point. No, that's the whole point. And it's one of those things too, where like it's one of those rare opportunities for me where like I let it all go, like, and I have to, because now I am, as a performer, as a professional, I am thinking on stage. Like I'm thinking about like, okay, like what's my next move? What's my next this? Like but I'm also like, okay, I fucked up. Okay, I fucked up that. All right, I fucked up that. Like it doesn't matter. It does not matter. And you are just bearing your soul. I'm bearing my soul on stage. Like that's just like what it is. Like you are seeing the full everything of me, And I want,
it's very therapeutic too. Like you said,
oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. No. Yeah, no. I mean, Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, when you find the thing, and I'm blessed that I have, when you find the thing that makes you tick and that makes you feel alive, like, you know, and I know you have with podcasting, you know, makes you feel alive. It's like you can't get enough of it, and it's like there's no other feeling truly except for that. And so when you get to then not only do it in front of people, but share in that experience with them and make them feel what you're feeling, you know, like it's a powerful moment. It really is.
Yeah, it really, and like you said, you know, it's the same way. I totally understand what you're talking about when you know, you're performing and you're doing something, but in your head you're already 3 steps ahead.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like, you know, a lot of times when we're doing a show, even right now as I'm talking to you, I'm already
100%.
you know, got 4 different things you know, that I want to talk about and whatnot here.
Yeah.
But we do it a lot on the show. I think all the guys do it, and then
Yeah, totally.
especially on Saturday night. Saturday nights is completely unhinged, and it's
Right.
chaotic, and it's crazy. We're having fun. The viewers are having fun. The chatter's box is having fun, and we never know what the hell is going to happen because we do live shows. You never know what's going to happen. All of our shows are live. You know, and so I totally get that, and that's really cool that you know, to hear that from as a music fan, but hear that from an artist that's like, all right, I'm on stage and I know I'm doing this, but I'm also already planning my next 4
Oh
moves.
yeah, no, I mean, it's cool to hear it from your perspective too, because I mean, it's a job as much as it is, you know, a performance. Like I don't know how to say that. It's a performance for you as well as for the audience. You know, it's not just about you, and it's a weird kind of thing where on the one hand, like you got to be in it 100%. Like you got to be involved, you got to be in it, but then at the same time, you got to be thinking like, okay, what can I do to make this even better, even more special? Like, you know, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to do this mic stand thing next. I'm going to flip my guitar like this next. I'm going to have a moment. And now I want to have a moment with the bassist. And now I want to have a moment with the drummer. Like, or now I'm going to go on this side of the stage, or I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? It's like, and the other thing too, and this is a little bit different on my end, I got to think about the photographers too. Yeah. I got to think about the videographers. I got to think about, all right, if that guy's over there and I know he's looking at me right now, obviously they're most of the photos are pointed at me. I mean, they're going to go. Oh no, my hair's not long enough to flip anymore, but oh no. No, but like, yeah, there you go. Thank you. Flip your beard for me too. Flip the beard too. There we go. Thank you. Fluff it out. Yes, love it. Exactly. But no, I mean, you know, the photographers. Exactly. Thank you. The photographers, you know, they're doing photos of the band and the individuals too. But like, I gotta like be able to work it because I gotta then be able to use those photos, right? And if I'm not giving them good angles, or if I'm not like engaging them, like then I'm kind of wasting my money too in terms of like the photographer, and I'm wasting, you know what I mean? It's there's a lot kind of going on in your head. And I tell you, man, like I am drained after a show. I am. But like in a good way, right? Because on the one hand, like you're mentally high. Cause like, I mean, I ain't going to sleep anytime. Yeah. Like I ain't going to sleep anytime soon, but like physically you're like, fuck, man. Like I gave it my all. And like, and that's the thing. It's like, you talk about like, what, you know, paying for something, right? It's like these motherfuckers came out, and this is the other thing too. It's like from 20 years ago versus 30 years ago, even. It's like I'm competing against Netflix. I'm competing against you being on your fucking couch in your jammies with a little thing of popcorn and a beer next to you. Like I got to compete against that. Okay. So I got to make it worth your fucking while that you came out here tonight and that you did this. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's more than just like, oh, cool. Well, let's just, you know, everybody come watch me sing. Like, and, you know, and on the one hand too, it's like, I mean, like, let's take someone like Adele too. Like, okay, she ain't bouncing off the walls, but she has the ability to draw you in. And there's a certain magic to that too. And I try to work on that in my shows because I'm very loud and out there, but I also got to be able to, again, there's dynamics, right? Because you can't just be like, wee the entire time. You have to create dynamics in your show, right? You have to create moments that are different from one another, whether they're more vulnerable, they're more fun, they're more chaotic, they're more controlled. Like you have to be able to do that to, you know, maintain the attention, right? So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but I think that was the gist of that.
She's one of us. I just want to take a minute to say fuck you to the chatters box. Fuck you, Jarvis.
Jarvis, my man.
Yeah, fuck you, Connor.
Our fat squad. Okay, wait. I'm gonna relate to you on the fat squash thing real quick because so my name is Quas, right? It's my maiden name.
Okay.
And so when I was in college, like they gave me all kinds of theater nicknames, and one of them was Sasquatch.
And also one more. Fuck you, Cameron, and get back in your cage.
Nice to meet you, Cameron.
No, the guys on the show. Connor is who I'm gonna pass off Men Karen for Men to. He's my co-host, one of my co-hosts on Wednesday nights as well as Saturday, and Jarvis is one of our co-hosts on Monday and Wednesday nights. They call me a Sasquatch. Jarvis actually calls me Papa Squatch. So.
Papa Squatch. But see, that almost sounds like you're saying Papa Squat. Like, hey man, come Papa Squat.
Yeah, Papa Squat. This is true. I have reached my full maturity Sasquatchian.
Sasquatchian. He is the Sasquatchian.
But yeah, I just had to go throw those fuck yous out. I will see you
I love it.
tomorrow night.
I love it. Throw him a couple birdies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, she gets it.
I already fired Connor and Jarvis and my other co-host earlier today because I didn't make Monday's show, and they opened up the show, and in the first 45 seconds, it was, let's shit on Glick because he's not here. And I'm like, let me listen to the show and see how the guys did because, we have a great, the six of us, we have an awesome lineup of guys, and there's any one of the guys can fill in for any one of the shows and do a good job, but I'll never listen to a replay of myself. I get you. Oh man, I fucked up. Oh man, I used to listen to all the shows over again, and I had to stop because, man, I am my own worst critic. I will beat myself up. Man, you missed that joke. Oh, you stuttered. Oh, you did this. Oh, why didn't you guys talk?
Yeah.
So I had to stop listening, but I do listen to all the other guys' shows. Especially if I'm not on one of the I host 4 shows right now. If I'm not on one of the 4 shows that I host and they're filling in without me, I like to listen. I like to see what they're doing and how they do and everything. And I'm super supportive of them. Yeah, I kicked the show on for Monday night, and it's a men's mental health show. First 45 seconds that I watched, and I had to clock out and come home. And it's these assholes making fun of me. Talking shit.
It's like you give them an inch, man. You give them a fucking inch, and then what are they doing? I don't even know.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
No, bro, I fucking hear you. It's like, on the one hand, now I will say in terms of like listening back to yourself or watching yourself, because I was just thinking when you were talking, my producer, great guy. He's like a big brother to me. I fucking love him. He's also a co-writer on some of these songs. And, he is always like, look, you got to go back and watch yourself because this is how you improve. And it's true. But I think that there's a fine line, right? Because on the one hand, you can't watch everything and you can't listen to everything. It's like, when you fucked up, but you got to, there's also, I believe as a professional, there is a strength to being able to take constructive, and I say constructive criticism, right? You know what I mean? I've dealt with, and this is the thing. It's like, this is because a lot of people come to LA, right? A lot of fucking people come to LA.
Anybody who wants to be in entertainment, you want to be an actor, right. You want to be a producer, you want to be a director, you want to be a screenwriter, you want to be a musician. As far as musicians go, it's LA, New York, and Nashville.
Right.
You want to be in one of those cities, but for every one of you, there's 500 more, behind or in front of you that are doing the same thing.
No, and that's I think that's why LA. I was really just having a conversation with one of my girlfriends on Monday. We were commiserating, and we were Paola, shout out, girl. What's up, girl? But we were talking about how like people move to LA or are from LA, and it's like, one of the reasons I think that LA can be such a hard city to live in is that like it really makes you cut your teeth and show you who you are and whether or not you got what it takes. And I'm not even saying like, oh, you got what it takes. Like, no, like literally, like, are you ready to put in the grind? Because guess what? Everyone in this city was the best in their small town. Everyone in this city is very talented. So it's like, you know, you throw a stone and here's like five really amazing guitarists. Okay, that's great. How do you differentiate yourself? How do you work harder? What do you got to do to like make it worth your while and that you moved out here, right? And one of the things, and I've noticed this from people who I'm friends with or who I just know in the scene, it's like if you're not able to take constructive criticism, you will not grow. And you will not, and people will surpass you, and then you will not be able to achieve what you came out here to do. I mean, I had to learn that the hard way. Actually, when I studied abroad, in I think I know I said this to you at backstage. I don't know if I said it live, but I studied abroad in London at an acting conservatory, and it was a life-changing experience for a number of reasons. And one of them being
the world out there for you.
Oh yeah, well, because here's the thing. The Americans in drama schools and whatnot, at least from my experience and from what I've heard from other people, the Americans, it's like you do a scene or you do a whatever, and they're very like they give you the criticism and the feedback, but it's like kind of swaddled in other things that they're saying, like, oh, that was great here. Maybe you could do this. I think this would be great like this. Like it's very polite or whatever. Nah, the Brits are like, here's where you fucked up. This is why it fucking sucks. And here's also where you suck. This sucks, that sucks. Now, here's what we're going to do to make it better, to make you better. And god damn, like my ego was just stripped to its core. I was so defensive. I was crying. I mean, it was bad, dude, but it was the growth that I needed to finally, I mean, truly, London was just strip away all the layers of Jules, strip away until finally, and I can still picture the moment in my mind's eye to this day. I was like doing a monologue class. It was just a one-on-one with this bitch of a woman, but God, is she good. And I will be grateful to her to this day. Her name was Trilby, which is such a British fucking name. And I finally, she just kept pushing me. And finally I felt this like soft jelly inside me, like just this softness that I had never let myself experience before, because I always wanted to be the tough girl, you know, don't cry or, you know, whatever. And this was the first time that I really experienced vulnerability. And I realized that there's power and strength in being vulnerable and in being, you know, like honest with yourself and your emotions. And I think since that day, I've really tried to live a very like open and warm and honest existence. And that vulnerability has also informed my songwriting, informed my performances. Now, I will say, I'll be the first to tell you, I definitely have a long way to go when it comes to being vulnerable on social media, because, you know, people like, they don't want to always see they don't want to always see the polished content. They want to see you for you. And I am not very good at that sometimes. And so I'm trying to really kind of push myself lately to be like, all right, this is my life outside of music. Like, you know, this is what makes me, you know. God, I hope you like it. I think it's kind of random and stupid, but all of a sudden I'm getting all kinds of engagement from like, you know, my fucking beer post, right? You know, or my selfie about this, or, you know, and it's, anyway, all that is to say,
I would have never thought from Her Royal Highness, who was like, is this live? Am I going to be on camera? Because if I am.
I know. I was like, he's going to think I'm a stuck-up motherfucker.
No, trust me. I get it, and I understand. I like it, and that's what I told you. Just make yourself comfy. That's all you got to worry about.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I would have worn this whether or not I was on camera. Like, I got lipstick on and earrings. I'll give you that. But like, you know, like truly, like, this is me. Like, honestly, like this is kind of me in the day-to-day. I have a billion different V-necks. I wear V-necks almost every day.
If I'm not at work, I'm either in sweatpants or basketball.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, I mean, like if you want me to put Yeah, no, exactly. Like, you want me to put contacts on and makeup? Ooh, there better be something else. And I'm not, God, I just made it sound like, oh, I don't care enough to put makeup on your show. That's not what I mean. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, hey, this is me in the most authentic form.
Yeah, I throw my rings on and my necklace on because I don't get I wear my earrings are in all day every day, but I don't get to wear my rings. I can't wear them at work. I work with my hands, and I can't have big giant fucking bulky. So
sure.
Oh, I'm doing a podcast, and I get to wear my rings, and I
right, yeah. But it's nice, right? But in a way, it's nice because you're kind of putting on like, all right, this is the podcast me. And it's not like completely, it's not an inauthentic version of you, but it's like a version of you, right? It's like, all right, well now, and it's sort of like, it's like your uniform for podcasting.
Yeah, for the show. And like I said, it's summertime. It's 9 billion degrees.
Also
comes out, man. It's the summer of no sleeves for this guy. Yeah, we went on we went out of town last week, and I had like 3 shirts, and I was like, "Hey, baby, can you cut the sleeves off these?" And she's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's too hot." Yeah.
No, I feel that. I have a good friend of mine. Her name is Joan, and she runs a business called Rock Redo. Shout out to her. And she literally has taken so many of my band T-shirts, like whether they were indie bands or Stones T-shirts, whatever. And she just like jacks them up. Like she'll dye them, she'll bleach them, she'll cut them up, she'll put like rhinestones or like like the little, I don't know what they're called, like bullet things on there. Like it just makes them all badass and shit. And like that is truly me, like being comfortable, but still stylish on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about style. I'm 42 years old. I'm 42 years old. I got 3 kids, and
I feel that.
Like I've found my fiance is like, all right, we're forever. This is what you get.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel that. I mean, this is the honest to God's truth. I have put so much more money and effort and time into my stage wardrobe / performance wardrobe. Because look, I mean, here's the thing. Like, say what you want. How you look on stage is the very first thing that people see. It's the very first thing that they take in, right? So it does matter. Okay, like you can tell me it does. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You don't want to go on stage in raggedy old sweatpants.
Right. No, I mean,
it's kind of like you only see from here up on me, but it's like I can't wear that shirt again. I just wore it on Monday, and it's Friday.
Right.
I wear the same shirt twice.
Right.
Twice in 1 week.
Right. No, exactly. I mean, it's true. And there's pictures and there's videos. It's like you gotta show up. And for me, it's like I'm putting on my my uniform kind of thing. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go out in the world, and this is me as Jules and the Howl / like me as a musician. But like, dude, I have not updated my like regular person wardrobe in an embarrassing amount of time. You know what I mean? Because I put it all into my stagecraft and my stage wardrobe, and I love that, and I'm glad I have. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I'm running out of V-necks.
I got a closet full of shirts. I don't know. Half them shirts are older than half those T-shirts. I have jeans from high school. I graduated 22 years, almost 23 years ago. Wait, hold on. Jesus Christ. 24 years ago, I graduated.
You're like, I got to do that math now.
I still have jeans from when I was in high school in my closet. Do they fit my fat ass anymore? No. But one day, if I actually stay consistent in the gym,
exactly,
I might be able to get back into it.
Exactly, it's what you aim for, right? No, I feel that, man. I got T-shirts from high school that like I wear to bed still, and like, and of course now I'm starting to notice the holes in the armpits. I'm like, I should.
You're wearing them to bed. It don't matter.
Right. Like, who the hell's seeing it? My husband? Who cares?
A couple of weeks ago, my fiance, I don't know, she was going through my closet looking for a shirt or something, and she was like, she messaged me and she said, yeah, you have a lot of Superman shirts. And I was like, yeah, I think there's like 45 of them. And she was like, why do you have so many Superman shirts? I was like, well, I'm a nerd, first and foremost, and Superman's my favorite character. And I said, some of those T-shirts that are in there are older than, and she's got 2 boys. Her boys are 25 and 23, 22, 23, something like that. I said, they said, I guarantee at least one or two of those shirts that are older than your oldest boy. But I've got all
See?
different styles. They're all different styles. It's not like
Right.
it's not like I have 16 of the same red
Good.
or like
Yeah.
with the logo. Every shirt is different.
Right.
But I just gotten them over the time. Some of them I can still wear. Some of them I may wear again. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but
right. Or give to your kid or something, right?
Yeah, and I'm randomly buying T-shirts. So yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about fashion. I don't know anything about any. Like I said, right now I have a cut off Top Gun shirt on, and it probably has a stain on it somewhere. And I have basketball shorts on, and I'm happy as hell. I don't give a damn. That's why I said just be comfy. You don't have to worry
I don't
about
know, man. But you got your own look, dude. I mean, you got the tats, you got the Top Gun shirt, you got the beard and the short cut on the sides. Like you take care of yourself, you know. Like you got the rings. Like that's a look, though, man. That's a look right there, honestly.
all that. Just distracts the fact that I dress like a homeless person.
Now, I'm out in LA. I know what a homeless person looks like. Okay, you ain't dressing like one. Trust me.
Well, apparently, our homeless people in Ohio are a little bit more fancier than your homeless.
I think they are. I would wager to say that they are. Now, I don't know how they're surviving the cold out there, but
you just learn. You're just adapted to it.
You know, I will. I listen. I have become such a pansy when it comes to.
I was going to say you're from Chicago. You know the cold.
Oh, trust me. I was when I was in college in Boston. It was when they had like the record-setting amount of snow per year. We had multiple snow days and blizzards and 7 feet of snow and all the other bullshit. You know, it's like I've been there. I've done that. Okay, Chicago. Yeah. Gray, cold gray. I've been there. Okay, I've done that. And I swear to God, now I've been out here. I've been out in LA for about 5 years now. And after the first like year, I would be fucking cold as shit if it was less than 70 degrees. Less than 70 degrees. And I'm like, what is happening?
Now you're just spoiled. You're just spoiled.
I know. I know. My family makes fun of me, and I'm like, oh, sorry. Like, I'm cold as shit right now. They're like, why? It's 60 degrees. I'm like, I'm cold. I'm like, why?
I lived down in Charleston, South Carolina for about 10 years.
Okay.
Fortunately, come back home. But you know, as I said backstage, I am divorced, but I had to come back to Ohio. But when I first moved down to Charleston, winter times down there, it would get cold at night, but usually in the morning by the time I woke up and went to work, it'd be like 40, 50 degrees. And I'd come out in t-shirts and t-shirt and jeans. And people would look at me, they got like freaking goose down, big old jackets
parkas, on. The Uggs,
do it. And they're like, what the hell's wrong? I'm from Ohio. But you said that Boston thing in the winter. I had a friend of mine years ago who was originally from Boston. He was out here in Ohio. He went to Ohio State. He was in college. And 1 year, I can't, what was it? Thanksgiving, Christmas, something like that. So I think it was Christmas. It was actually, I think it was Christmas. He was like, hey man, you want to come to Boston with me? I'm going home to visit family. I was like, all right. I hate everything about Boston. I hate the accent. I hate the accent first and foremost.
It's pack the cat.
That is a disgusting accent. And if I could fight an accent, and it's very well known, this is not anything shocking or breaking news. I want to fight that accent. I hate that accent. I hate their sports teams. The only thing good that ever came out of Boston was Tom Brady. Easy. I like you. Don't ruin it.
I'm gonna break your heart right now, man. He is not my favorite guy. I gotta tell you that.
I love Tom Brady. I'm a Michigan fan, so I've loved Tom Brady since he was at Michigan. It broke my heart. Like, I love the guy, but he plays for the fucking Patsies, and I hate the Patsies. I hate Bill Belichick. Yep. But when he went to Tampa, I was like, yeah, let's go finally. But, I don't like the people. I don't like the teams. It's just everything about Boston, but the city is beautiful.
The city's beautiful, dude. The city, and look, have you ever been to Fenway Park? I will say this: it is a beautiful stadium.
Been inside of Fenway Park, but I've seen it from the outside.
Okay, so I saw one ball game there, like because I literally it's senior week. It's senior week, and I'm like, holy fuck, I have never been to a Boston Red Sox game. I should probably do that before I move. And so yeah, we got like nosebleeds.
And your dad didn't disown you.
I told him many times that I would bring home like a Boston Red Sox fan, and like claim that I was going to just be with him. And he would be like, about that. And he would be like, well, it was nice knowing you, dear. And I'm like, I understand, Dad. I understand.
Tell us you hate your dad without telling us you hate your dad.
I know. Oh, that poor man. That poor man's going to see this and he'll be like, you hate me, too. I'm like, no, Dad, it was a joke. And I like the Yankees. I like the Cubs. I don't really care that much anymore. But actually, that's not true. That's not true because, like, listen, I was living in Chicago when they won the World Series and they beat your fucking Cleveland Indians. That's right.
First and foremost, I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan.
All right.
So, but I hate the Yankees because it's like we've won 24 or 27 pennants. Yeah, you bought all of them. And there was one year when Cincinnati should have won the World Series, and you bought all of our fucking players away from us. And one of them was your goddamn World Series MVP.
Yeah, you and everybody else fucking shit on the Yankees because they're the richest team in baseball and they bought all the shit. Yeah. But here's the thing, bro. They got the history. They got the history and they got the pennants and wah.
They do, and they've had some great players go through there. And
they have.
Our minor league team here in Columbus used to be the Yankees minor league team. And years ago, I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy. He wasn't a very popular player. He wasn't even that good. I think his name was, what was his name? Derek Jeter. He was.
You did not just say Derek Peter. You did not.
He actually came up through the Columbus Clippers, before he got to the Yankees, and a young Sasquatch Glick got his autograph on a baseball.
That's cool.
And
that's cool.
Like an asshole, my nephew was coming up, and he was kind of into baseball, and I gave it to him. He doesn't have the ball anymore. I don't know where it is. And I'm like, oh my God, I had one of the greatest baseball players of all time sign autograph baseball.
Bro. Oh my God. Like for so many reasons.
But, as much as I do not like the Yankees, I can give credit where credit's due, and they've had some phenomenal ball players that have come through that Derek Jeter, and whatnot. Goddamn Aaron Judd. I hate the fact that I like him so much. That kid is a monster.
I know. But here's the thing. I was in Chicago. Yankees can kiss my Minnesota Twins. Hey, they'll kiss it all day with their 27 rings on, man. 27. Yeah. They don't have enough fingers. I'm sorry.
No, you got to give credit where credit's due. You guys have had some all-time. You guys have had some all-time great.
100%. No, but I mean, but that was the thing though. Coming in contrast with the Cubs, who hadn't won in 108 years, and that was a fucking experience, man. Like
as a Chicagoan, how cool was that?
Oh my God, dude! It was
part of that.
Oh my God! I mean, it was historic. I mean, I'm look at me. I'm getting goosebumps right now, even now thinking about it, because it was just the entire city. Yeah. And like, yes, the White Sox had won before that. Blah blah blah. The community like just came together over the fucking Cubs, man. I mean, of course, it was like Game 7, 10th inning. It rained out, and for me, it was really special because now again, when I. Nobody knew when Game 7 was going to be or if it was going to happen at the time. And so my dumbass scheduled a gig that night. Dude, it's fucking hilarious. It was fucking listen, this is history. Like, ain't nobody watching my show. They're all watching the TV, which I get. I would never begrudge anybody for that. What I felt really bad for, though, was the guy whose like show it was. I think I like opened for him or something. It was his album release show, dude. It was his album fucking release show. And it was like was like an acoustic too. So just him and the guitar, and nobody is watching him. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, bro. Now, luckily, I was early enough in the night where I was still able to catch the last few innings. And as it so happened too, my husband was in a play across town, and he jumped in a cab. He went, he like had it on the radio. They're like 8th or 9th inning or whatever. He sped over there, and he got there in time for me and like some of our friends to like watch it happen. And the bar, the city, everyone just erupted. Everybody's hugging everybody and cheers. And the cars are going on outside with the flags out the window. Everybody's beeping and honking. I mean, like literally the city erupted. It was so fucking cool, man. So cool. So yeah.
No, that would be something to experience. I mean, whether you're from Chicago, obviously a bit more to you guys being from Chicago, or just a baseball fan in general. Like you said, 108 years, man. The curse is lifted.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No more curse.
The curse of the Bambino, which is ironic as fuck because I'm a Yankees fan, but yeah, it was the curse of the Bambino. That's what it was. Or no, wait, no, was it the Billy Goat curse? No, it was the Bambino.
That was Bambino. Yeah, the Bambino curse.
No, wait, no. Wait, hold on a minute. I think the Bambino one is the Red Sox.
He's our resident sports encyclopedia.
Yeah, no, for real. Wait, isn't the curse of the Bambino? I think that one's the Red Sox one, isn't it? Because what happened? Well, because Babe Ruth got traded from the Red Sox to the Yankees, and since then they hadn't won until 2004 or whatever it was. Yeah. So, but maybe I'm wrong because there's the Billy Goat curse too, which is like, oh no, I think it's a Billy Goat one, dude, because some weirdo tried to bring their Billy Goat into Wrigley Field, that legend has it, and they didn't let him in, and so he put a little voodoo curse, and then since then we haven't won. So it might be that. I think I'm getting my curses confused. I really am.
Yeah, Jarvis will get us.
Come on, Jarvis, give me the answer. Come on.
Jarvis is our encyclopedia of all sports. The Red Sox was the curse of the Bambino because of Babe Ruth getting traded to the Yankees. Okay. Well, what about the Cubbies?
It's the Billy Goat one.
The cliffhanger. We're gonna take a real quick break. It might be the goat one. You might be right. I thought, What? Where's who?
The dog.
Oh, well, look in your brother's room. She's got a nest in there.
This really? Oh my goodness.
That's my oldest.
Nice.
But I do want to take a real quick break, mainly because I get a refill. But I want to play one of the songs that I've been playing on the network that people have really been enjoying and the guys have really liked. I didn't know how it was going to go over the first time I played it. And I was like, I got new music by a new artist tonight, guys. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to catch hell because I like it. And like I said, I picked my 4 favorites tonight. 4 of my favorites tonight. Okay. So you're right. Yeah. The Billy Goat. The Billy Goat was the curse of the Cubs.
Boom. Oh, my dad would be so proud.
But we'll be right back. Jules ain't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. We're just going to play you guys some kick-ass music. Allow me to go get a refill. Maybe she wants to get a refill. Everybody go take a potty break, whatever you need to do. But speaking of, we talked about where the name came from, Jules and the Howl and all that stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play the Howl.
Let's go.
So we'll be back here in just a few minutes.
There's a force inside of me, desperate to break free. A brewing storm underneath my skin. demons now, you'll grow stronger. Ah, ooh, can you feel the howl? Ah, ooh, can you feel the howl? Yeah, there's a kind of energy out here on the prowl. Ah, ooh, can you feel the howl? Can you feel the howl? Out of the darkness, embrace your catharsis. Unleash the beast, feel the ecstasy. Out of the darkness, embrace your catharsis. The freedom to be just who you are. Ah, ooh, can you feel the howl? Ah, ooh, can you feel the howl? Yeah, there's a kind of energy out here on the prowl. Ah, ooh, can you feel the howl? Can you feel the howl?
Hell yeah. Let's go. Oh, I can't. I was gonna go through, but I was like, if I really do that, then I imagine like a shoe's gonna come flying down the hallway and hit me in the back. Let's go. Because this is how I roll.
I love it, bro. I fucking love it. Thank you so much for playing that one, man.
I do. Typically, I ask you guys for about an hour and a half.
Oh, okay, cool.
If we go over, we go over. I'm not going to cut anybody off. However, you are more than welcome to eat on the show. Everybody else does.
I would if I could. We were actually going to grab some food. I just wasn't sure. I just wanted to make sure because I was like,
you just tell me when you got to leave. Like I said, I usually ask for an hour and a half. I'll be 100% honest with you. No show has only gone an hour and a half. I think the shortest show has been 2.5. Because we get talking and hanging out and having fun and having a good time. And, I did an interview with my guys over at the Southern Outlaws band. And we almost went 6 hours, and I had no idea how it happened because they were drinking shine and whiskey, and I'm drinking, and we were just having a great time. And I looked up at the clock and was like, oh shit, guys.
That's wow. That's fucking cool, man. That's fucking cool. No, I mean, I love the vibe. And it's been really fun. I just straight up haven't eaten.
No, you're good. Well, we can always have you back again. Trust me.
Yeah, happy back.
I make the rules. So, if you want to come back again, we can absolutely do it again. But welcome back to Glick's House of Music. We're hanging out with Jules and the Howl tonight. We're having fun. She is awesome. Her music is awesome. So we're just having fun, having a good time. I know you're getting hungry. I do. One of the questions I wanted to ask you, and actually I'm gonna steal one of your songs for Monday nights because you've dubbed it the new mental health anthem.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, man.
You obviously you're a songwriter and stuff like that. When it comes to writing songs, whether you write them by yourself or you write them with somebody, does it come from personal experiences, or are you just trying? There are some songwriters out there that are just trying to make something relatable, even though they may not know anything about the subject matter that they're writing about. Are you?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I think that's like a storytelling element of songwriting, which is it's a beautiful element. It's not one that I dabble in that often, I would say. So for me, a lot of my music is inspired from my own experiences with I would say I write a lot about mental health, a lot about my experiences with anxiety and depression, or my experiences with like Love, for example. Love, the song Love, like that was written after I had a really heartbreaking experience with my first like band, like because I came out of college, and I'd never been in bands. I'd only never been in theater and plays and choir, and so I had never been in a band before, and I honestly thought that the band that I had was going to be like my guys to the end. I really did. Yeah. And I thought they were going to be my wedding. Like we were close, and like it just kind of imploded and shit hit the fan. And, I was really crushed and I was really let down. So that song was about that. The Howl, someone, this guy who runs the Ultimate Jam Night here at the Whiskey in LA, his name is Adam Mendel. He was like, "Hey, what is the Howl? Like, I feel like you should write a song about that." And I was like, "This is fair." So I did. Yeah. What the Howl's about.
Not a bad idea.
Right, exactly. This is true. Yeah, and I just, yeah. Right, exactly. So yeah, no, I mean, I think it, God, no. And I think the writing, because I'm trying to think about like other songs that are out there, because there was a period of time like between like 2021 and 2024 where I hadn't released anything. And my writing has definitely changed since then. I think before that, it was more kind of like, let's write something that inspires us, that's cool. And I think in these last singles that I put out, it's been a lot more personal. It's been a lot more, emotional, whether it's cathartic, whether it's deep, whether it's, something else, but it's been about something. Like I'm releasing, I haven't announced it yet, but I'm releasing a single in July called Bow Down, which is just literally like an anthem, basically. Like literally the chorus is "I won't bow down to you." Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna like it, I can tell.
You heard it here first, fuckers. Another exclusive.
Another exclusive. That's right, fuckers.
I get all the exclusives in breaking news.
Hell yeah,
bro.
Get
it on social media.
You gotta get it out.
I'm already excited for it.
Tell them all. You heard it here first. That's right. Tell them all. No, I mean, and that one, it was just like, yeah. I was going through, I'm like, how do I put this in a way where I can say this publicly? It's like, I was a part of an organization. I am no longer a part of that organization. And me and the leader of that organization were butting heads, and someone said to me, "Man, you just got to let it go, because you never know if that person or if that organization is going to hit it one day. And you just got to basically eat it, shove it and eat it." Right. Yeah. And I thought to myself, you know what, fuck that. I don't want to eat it. I don't want to, I don't want to just take it or just pretend that everything's fine. I'm like, nah, bro, it ain't fine. It ain't cool. And I'm not going to do this. That's why I was like, I'm not going to bow down to you. Nah. So
sometimes being petty is good.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. I'll get it out in a song. It'll be fine. And so that was kind of that. But yeah, no. And kind of with that single, I'm actually then I'm part of a really cool inaugural show. It's like the first one that they're doing called Women Rock LA. I
was just going to get to that, because
what's up? We're on the same page.
I was actually going to bring that up because it was one thing I wanted to get to, because that looks really cool. And
thank you.
I've got to I want to find these ladies and listen to their music as well.
Do it.
It's one of those times like, man, if I was in LA, I would 100% go see this show.
Right. No, I mean, it's badass, dude. I'm not going to lie. Like these other chicks on here, they're fucking great. I mean, Bree is she's a lot like me. She's such a go-getter. She's very business oriented. She's very she makes a lot of her own content. She's fucking great. Marley is so fucking cool. She's a drummer as well. And I love her style. And then, Mizzy is also an actress. So and she's up and coming too. And she's just great. They're all great gals. And, I think, I know that there's going to be some industry people coming. There's going to be some publicity people coming. Of course, all of our friends and and our fans are going to be coming. So no, it's going to be like a sick event. Like I think there's going to be a DJ. I haven't heard about that yet, but there's a comedian who's a female. Like it's just going to be great, man. It's going to be a really, really cool night. And I was like, well, fuck, I'm gonna drop that single then that night because let's make it a party, you know? So yes.
I feel like I got to get all you guys on one show on a Friday.
Yo, let's fucking go, dude. The show is July 19th, so like you got time. Like round them all up. Let's fucking go.
I got a guest next week, and I'm taking the 4th of July weekend off.
Obvious.
Maybe that Friday before. We'll chat.
We'll chat.
We'll chat. Something out. We can get all you guys on one show, and that'd be really awesome.
That'd be so cool, dude. That would be the way to do it. I promise you. That'd be fucking great.
I think because I can have up to 10 guests on here at one time.
See?
So we'll get you all on here. Maybe we can finagle it and get everybody on here the Friday before the show. And
yes, dude, exactly. Let's fucking do it the weekend before. Let's fucking do it. Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be really cool because, like I said, it's one of those things. If I was in the area, I 100% would be there. I seen it on your social media, and I was like, "This looks like a good time. This looks like it would be fun." Not only that, but that's awesome for you guys that they're dedicating this show.
Yeah.
Just for women,
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Well, it's not only that, but it's like up and coming women in LA. It's not like established. It's like, hey, here are voices that we haven't heard yet or that don't have representation. They're indie. So it's like, hey, like y'all want to come and check out the latest, like here's a way to do it, and it's happening in Lucky Strike Hollywood, which is like right in the middle of Hollywood. Such a badass venue. I've played there before a couple times. And it's like, the sound, the light, the stage, it's so cool. The bar's like right there. So, you're going to be able to be like talking to people while they're getting drinks and whatnot. And, so like when I was approached to do the show, I was just like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, this is like a no brainer.
It's one of those things before they even finish asking the question.
Yeah.
I'm in. Like, don't mean to be rude and cut you off, but I'm in.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish in a minute. I'll do it.
I really honestly I want to do that. We'll talk, but I think
we'll talk. Bree was the one who actually first approached me. She was like, "Yo, I'm gonna do this thing," and I was like, "Girl, get me on there. Let's do it." So let's have all of us on there for sure. I'll talk to the girls. It'll be fun.
Yeah, that would be really cool to have all you guys on here. If we could do it the weekend before, the Friday before, that'd be really 100%. Cool to have all you on here and hang out.
100%.
Get to hear more about what it is, what the show is, and then also introduce everybody to the other ladies that will be joining you.
Exactly.
I gotta ask you. So, I'm a big dumb animal. It is what it is. As a woman, it is what it is. I'm a big dumb animal.
I love it.
Obviously, it is what it is.
Right.
I'm not going to go down a political road or anything like that.
But yeah. Sure.
As a woman in the rock scene, which is predominantly a male-dominated genre, what kind of have you faced obstacles? Or obviously, I'm sure you have. Or has there been opportunities that you missed because they're like, oh, it's a woman. She can't fucking rock out like Bob and the Dynamite can,
Yeah, no, I mean, it's so hard. It's like women in general have such a bad rap of like, oh, well, they're just the singer. Like, oh, well, they're just the pretty face on the album. It's like, it's so no. I mean, I think I can't speak for all of the ladies on this bill, but I certainly have kind of had to be like, nah, actually, I can believe me. I can fucking rock as hard as the rest of these fuckers. Believe me. I mean, I think there's certainly that. There's certainly, like, I don't know, man. I think I've been just the thing with LA at the same time is that like there's how do I put this? Like there's enough of a camaraderie where like the boys who see you are like, okay, I see you. Yeah. And the boys who are dumbasses and assholes are like, okay, bye. Like then you don't, you know what I mean? Like it kind of gets weeded out in a way with LA being what it is, it's a little more of a without going down the road because I don't want to. I'm more of a liberal city, right?
Yeah, well,
so we'll leave it at that, right? Like it's just like there's a lot more types of people, and because there's so many people, there just is no room. There's no room for the fucking sexist, racist shit. Now, is it there? Absolutely. Is it, is it there in the music scene? Absolutely. And especially, I would say, from like an industry perspective, right? It's like, I think for me, the thing that I've always had to kind of struggle with, and, personally, is that like, when you are a woman and you're a front woman and it's your band, it's not even just like, oh, I'm the singer of the band. No, it's your band, it's your project. You're expected to look a certain way. You're expected to be fuckable, quite honestly. You're expected. No, it's the truth, man.
No, it really is. It really is. I joke around.
Yeah.
Three of my favorite artists are Marina Brinks.
Okay.
Izzy Hale.
Mm-hmm.
And Amy Lee from Evanescence. I absolutely love those three women.
Yeah.
I joke around all the time. They're all three of them are absolutely gorgeous. But I became a fan of theirs before I ever even knew what they looked like.
Right.
And I choose and as far as country goes, I've been in love with Reba McEntire since I was 10 years old.
That's a queen right there, though, man. That's a fucking queen.
I tell my fiance all the time, like, yo, Reba knocks on the door and says, "I want you." I'm sorry,
Bye.
Baby,
Bye. It's been nice. It's been real nice, but
but I love all three of those women.
Yeah.
But I was a fan before I even knew what they looked like, and they are all absolutely just gorgeous and they're stunning. And I had the opportunity. I've got to see two of the three in concert. Again, shout out to Louder Than Life or Rock On, whatever the hell it was called in Louisville, because both Hailstorm and In This Moment were on the bill that weekend. I couldn't tell you what the hell they looked like or what they were wearing. All I gave a damn about was hearing them sing.
I gotta tell you, bro, you're the anomaly. I gotta tell you. I know, really, like I wish you weren't. And it's beautiful and it's refreshing as fuck to be like, nah, man, I just came to hear him sing. Like came to hear him do the thing. Like, I mean, you get judged so much, like for your body and for your looks and for this and that, like, and I think especially when you're indie, it's like, and you're like basically competing against everybody else in social media. It's like, tits sell, ass sell. And it's like, if you're not doing that, okay, well then what are you doing to kind of, differentiate yourself in a way? And I think for me, I think that's honestly partly why I don't really talk about like my husband that much on social media. Like truly, I wish him a happy birthday and I wish him a happy anniversary. That's kind of the only two times I really shout him out. And it's not, I mean, it is what it is. Like he doesn't care. It's just like, it's because like, I kind of feel like I need to have this mystique of like, oh, well, I got to make sure that I'm fuckable. I got to make sure that like people can see me because it's part of the appeal. It's not even like oh, well, I'm exclusively, that's the only reason why people are listening to me. It's the only reason why people are checking me out in my music. No, but it's just sort of a back of the mind, like, because of how we've been brought up in society to like, well, no, I got to think that she's hot and think that she's really cool to look at and to listen to as well. It's like, it's just a component. And maybe it's just me. Like, I don't know. I don't think every woman thinks this, but I do think that that's a part of it. And also, hey, here, let me tell you, let me say the least sexy thing. I also want to be a mom. Like people don't, no, I'm serious. Because it's no, because look, I want to be a mom, but I'm saying in terms of like marketability and these these top 5 labels, these industry fuckers, like they don't want to see that. Nobody, you know what I mean? They're like, I don't want to go market that and deal with your mom ass. And, no, I want to feel like, no, like you're mine, like, I mean, the audience, at least stereotypically wants to feel like, hey, like I can get a piece of you, like you're mine. And I'm like, guess what, bitch? Like I want to be a mom. I want to, I love being a wife. You know what I mean? And that, oh God, especially in like in the feminist society that we have, it's like, oh, you
Yeah.
love being a
How
wife?
dare
Like,
you.
yeah, no, I do
How dare
actually.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you want, it's like you can't have, but it's like you can't have a career and be a mom. And it's like, no, you can. And I'm trying to kind of like prove it to myself as much as to other women, like, hey, no, you actually can. And I will say, I'm gonna shout out this chick. Her name, you should, dude, Miss Velvet. Like, that girl is a fucking shit. And she's blowing up and she's fucking great. She's a mom. And I think she's got 2 daughters, maybe. And she's got a bomb voice and cool vibe with her music. And it's like that's what I want to see more of. Yeah, Miss Velvet, MISS Velvet, I think. And that's what I want to see more of, and that's what I want to be a part of, is like these indie rock moms, right? Like, hey, we're making a stink. We're ourselves as rockers, and we're also ourselves as moms. And it's so anyway. Like you talked about like, hey, like, have you faced sexism? Have you ever, like, yes and no, but I would say at least from a societal standpoint, that's something that's kind of a stereotype that I've kind of had to at least personally overcome, being like, yo, like, don't limit yourself, kind of thing.
So I'm looking her up right now. Kind of tall, skinny, blonde.
Yeah, tall, skinny, blonde.
All right, I'm following her right now.
Yep.
Put in a good word for me.
I will. I
think that's awesome. Obviously, you're a pretty girl.
Thank you. I'll try.
Yeah, but I could give a shit less about that. And I think, and I totally get what you say. I mean, it's one of those things where I think a lot of musicians do that. They keep that mystique about them, whether you're a man or a woman, but especially more for women, where you have that. I'm going to leave this level of let the guys in the audience think that they, like
they got a shot.
Yeah. What?
I'm leaving.
Where are you going?
Josie's.
All right. Be careful. Have fun.
Like, on Fridays. So
Okay.
like normal on Fridays.
Okay. Be careful. Have fun. Love you. Goodbye. Peace out.
Love you. We have that memorial truck service for Cody tomorrow. I'm going to after work.
Oh no, I'm going to be home alone tomorrow without adult supervision. Whatever will I do? I guess I'll play Call of Duty all day.
Risk. That sounds like a fucking risk, man. I don't know about that.
Yeah, love you. But no, I mean, like I said, me personally, and I think there's more of us out there than that.
Sure, of course there are. Of course there are.
But nobody's going to say it. I'm like I said, I became a fan of yours because, like I said, I was just scrolling through, and all it was a photo of you. It was actually the Howl, and I'm like, oh wow, she's
Sweet.
good. I like her.
Cool.
I like her voice, which is there's male artists where it's like nice voice. I can listen to this, and then I started scrolling through, and I'm like, you go back 3 years or so, and you guys were doing videos, and now you're releasing stuff, and it's just a picture,
right?
And I think that's really cool because you're not feeding into that. You're not like making a video where you're being over sexy for no reason, and you're taking away from your talent based off of your looks, which I can appreciate that about you. And one of the things I like about you, I do want to ask you though, real quick, because I've noticed that a new fan. I'm a new fan. I've noticed a difference because when I went on YouTube and I'm like, I gotta find some new stuff because I don't want to be the asshole who just plays old stuff.
No, it's true.
But there is a big difference between your older stuff from 2 or 3 years ago, 4 years ago, as compared to the new stuff, and I do like. I love the song "Love."
Thank you.
It's a great song, and I was torn as I was downloading. So I was like, I want to get 3 or 4 songs. Obviously, I got to have the Hendrix cover. I want the Howl.
Right.
I just want to feel better. I love that song, and I was like, do I do "Love" or do I do "Bring Me Your Tears"?
Fair.
That's a great and a really cool video, by the way.
Thank you.
But are you afraid? There's a huge difference in your songwriting. and the style of music that you're playing. Are you afraid that that's going to turn people away, or do you, or are you more like the real fans are going to stay and enjoy what I'm doing because you're still doing the rock stuff, you're still doing the, you know, fun stuff and everything. But as a songwriter, do you ever have that? Does that ever cross your mind? Like, oh, if I do this and it's a little bit softer and a little bit more meaningful, is that going to turn people away? Is that something that you worry about?
Yeah, I think I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. I think that it's part of the growth and part of the risk taking. Yeah, totally agree. Whitney Houston, Karen Carpenter, absolutely, 100%. No, I mean, I think it's part of the risk taking of, you know, of songwriting and choosing what you put out there, right? I mean, am I afraid? Like, am I afraid of like of writing out and putting out more vulnerable things? Yeah, no, I absolutely am. Do I do it anyways? Yes. I think because in order for like, how can I preach authenticity and vulnerability if I'm not willing to do it myself? I have a song and I haven't released it yet, and it was because I was like, fucking hell, this is too personal. And I've avoided, like, I think I've avoided writing songs about my family. I've avoided writing songs about certain friendships because I think the last thing I wanted was to drag someone else into my mess, like, publicly, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I will, at the same time, I mean, like, one of my favorite songs I've ever written, I've never released it because it's about a girl who used to be my best friend. And I think that friendship breakups can be as traumatic, if not more, than, like, you know, sexual relationship breakups, you know, because it's like,
I agree 100%. They really are.
Yeah. And for me, like, that was earth shattering. And, you know, I moved out to LA. I thought I was gonna, you know, hang out with this girl, you know, one of my best friends from like childhood, and, you know, we kind of, things happened, you know, and
you went your way, she went her way, and
yeah, you know, and it's a song that, like, it's probably the most vulnerable, the most personal in terms of like the verbiage that's used in it, even like, mm-hmm. And I just want to feel better. I talk about, like, literally there's a lyric, my depression, it sucks, out all the joy of what I love, which is true. Like, I've absolutely experienced that. And I've experienced all the things in that song. But, like, in this best friend song or former best friend song, I talk about, like, the specific memories that I have with that person. And I haven't done that before because I'm still friends with some of our mutual friends. And I don't want to, oh man, like, I don't want to, like, start something, or I don't want to, like, you know, drag people under the bus. But, like, at the same time, like, that's probably the most personal song I've ever written. And so it's like, okay, do I release it? Do I not? Am I disrespecting that person? I'm not saying, like, fuck you in the song. I'm not saying that at all, but it's like, hey, this is the pain that I've experienced. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, but at the same time, I also, like, when I was, like, really still starting to try to find my sound, maybe about, 6-7 years ago, I wrote a song about a fight that I had with my husband. Now he's my husband. At the time, he's my boyfriend. You know what I mean? So, like, I think it depends. Does that answer your question? I think I answered the question.
Yeah, no. It 100%, man. Trust me, I totally understand. You know, two of my best friends in life, two guys that you know, without a question, if they called me right now, I'd be like, hey, Jules, I'm having fun, but I gotta go. They need me.
Right, 100%.
There are two guys that I never see and I never talked to. One guy I literally grew up with. He's like my little brother.
Right.
Another guy I've been friends with for 20 years, and he lives less than 5 minutes down the road, and I never talked to him. So I totally get that. But it's also, you know, whether you release a song, if you ever release a song, the fact that you wrote it and you created it and you made it's very therapeutic. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, there's times where we talk about things like on the men's mental health show, Men Count for Men, and when I talk about it, it's something that I've personally dealt with or going through, but I don't make it I don't make it personal on purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also those songs are songs that you don't want to release it because you're afraid of hurting somebody's feelings. But also those songs that unexpectedly blow up, and you're
Right.
like, oh damn, there's so many people that relate to it. What's going on, Britt?
Hey, girl.
That relate to it, and then you're like, man, I might have burned a couple bridges, but I really put something out there that people are understanding and people are really feeling. And
yeah, and I think that's kind of where I'm at with my journey as an artist in terms of like how vulnerable do I go, how deep do I go, how much of my life, my personal life, do I truly reveal. I think that's kind of just where I'm at in my journey. And I mean, I've definitely, I would say I have thought more about releasing, like I performed it in public for the first time, actually a couple of weeks, maybe about a month or two ago. It was like it was a backyard acoustic event. One of my best friends out here was like hosting it. And she's my musical mama. Her name is VK Lynn, also an amazing fucking singer and artist. So definitely check her out as well. VK Lynn, LYNNE. I know. I'll give them all.
Anybody my way.
I will, girl. You'll fucking love her. She's as down to earth as they come, and she's fucking great. And but no, she hosted like a backyard gig, acoustic gig, and I did that best friend song for the first time, and it was one of the few, I would say, moments in my artist career where I almost started crying on stage. And it is very hard to make me cry. Like I'm an angry crier. Like I'm the kind where like I have to be so fucking angry and just that like then I cry. And it's really only things having to do with like my family, honestly. That's kind of the few times I do, or like someone I deeply care about, like if it's whatever. But it felt really beautiful and cathartic to perform it. And also too, by the way, when you're a rock artist and you're used to having a band behind you, it is such a vulnerable experience to then go back to just being you and the piano, or you and the guitar or whatever. So it's an extra. Oh yeah.
All that armor.
Oh yeah. You strip it all off and it's just you and the keys and and it's a storytelling aspect. You get to kind of interact with the audience in a much different way. Like there's literally more storytelling behind the songs themselves that you just don't really get a chance to get into in a rock show per se, at least not all the time, if not for every song. And, it's also a challenge for me as a musician and my just abilities and as an artist, so yeah, no, I mean, I got to experience performing that song and I was like, okay, I think it might be time soon. I don't know when, but it might be time to start considering it as something to release. So we'll see. Maybe like in like a year from now, I'll be like, yo, Glick, guess what?
Hey, I'm here for you. I got you. Whatever you need. So I want to ask you. You performed it in public. How did it go over with the audience? What did the audience?
Great. No, it was. But that's the point too. It's like, and again, I got all the video. I just got to figure out how to, what I want to put up and when. But like, I mean, I said like to the audience, I was like, listen, like this is a song that I don't think I can really even do in public, at least not yet, but I'm gonna do it because it scares the shit out of me. And, it's a small audience and it's intimate and it's warm and it's welcoming and like, hey, fucking, I'm going to do it because it scares me. And I did. And I think sharing the story behind the song really resonated. And I think for me, I'm still figuring out like, how do I tell the story on social media in an authentic way that's not just like, here's what the song is about. Like, this is an anthem. Because like, I just want to feel better. It is, in my opinion, an anthem for mental health. But that's also how I gotta, like, as a marketer, as someone who's like trying to pitch my song, like, okay, well, I also gotta think about how do I brand this song? So it's like a weird line between like, how do I figure out how to authentically tell my story versus how do I also literally brand the song? Like, what is the song about? Like, what's my elevator pitch kind of thing? Because you got to think about the sales and the marketing of the song as well. In order to kind of like, hey, what's it about? Boom, done, bye. But also like, on social media in a post, what do I say? How do I say it in a way that's not coming off as too brandy? So it's a fine line. I'm still figuring it out.
I say you just post it and let me know, and I'll handle the storytelling.
There you go. There you go. I'll
Yeah.
probably. How about this? I'll post the video of the acoustic version, and
There
then
you
you
go.
can, and then you can tell me what you think.
You just put in there, when and if you're ever ready to post that song, you just label it. And this is a story of loss. It's one of those things. We did a show not too long ago on Men Caring for Men with Kevin. It was loss and grief and everything like that. And loss isn't always a quote unquote sexual relationship or
Right.
a romantic relationship.
Right.
Sometimes loss is a friendship. Sometimes loss, and you just and you let people interpret it how they want to interpret it. Because the great thing about music is, and I say this as a music fan, the great thing about music is you could put 20 people in a room and play a song for them, and each person, that song's going to hit them differently. That song's going to be, they're going to interpret it differently for them.
Right.
You don't owe anybody an explanation. And if somebody feels some sort of way about it, well, it is what it is. But this is a personal experience at the end of the day. And this is something that you lived, and it might shock you how many people can relate to that and be like, wow, I've been through that. I know what it's like to have somebody who was so close and such a good friend, and then something happened, whether it be one of my best friends slept with my girlfriend, or I grew up and I'm 42 and I'm not going to the bars like they are every weekend, and they're 42 and I got kids and I've got different. It's just, hey, this is something that comes from my heart, and this is a personal experience. Hopefully you guys can relate, and then you just put it out there. There's no explanation needed at the end of the day. I think you're overthinking it.
Me overthinking? What?
I'm a overthinker too.
Never. See, man, we're going. No. See, look at this. It's been like an hour 40 something, and we've already gone through all the emotional arcs of a show. I mean, we're doing fucking great. I love it, man.
I have a very like Liam Neeson said in Taken, I have a particular set of skills.
Exactly. So what is Love the song that you're going to take us home with?
No, actually it's not, because I didn't know, but I will play that. I will play that. But before we go, I know you're hungry.
I'm sorry, man. My stomach takes over everything, including my brain.
Nope. As a man, I grew up with four. Well, I grew up with 4 sisters. Now I have 3.5 sisters.
Yeah.
One of my sisters is now my broster, and
got it. I had a feeling it was that. Hey.
Yeah, and some people get mad when I say that, but my broster and he loves the fact that I call him my broster.
Hey, that's what I look. Live and let live. That's what I say. Good for you and your broster. That's cool.
He's happy. He's content. He's living his best. Hey, if you're happy in your own skin, I'm your big brother. That's never going to change. I don't give a damn what you're doing, as long as you're happy and you're not hurting anybody and you're not hurting yourself. Go fucking live your life. But nonetheless, before I let you go, I know you're hungry, and I'm waiting for that all the way from California. I'm waiting for that shoe to come flying in here. I'm hungry, Glick. God damn it! First and foremost, absolutely, I really do want to do this show with you and the other ladies from your show in LA. Hopefully, we can do it before that show. But let everybody know once again where they can find you at on all social media.
Yeah. Glick, thank you for having me. I've had a really fucking great time. You're a hell of a guy to talk to, and I can't wait to talk to you again and bring the gals back on. And so thank you for having me. Thank you to the audience for participating and your comments. So they've been fucking hilarious to read. I've enjoyed getting to know your community. I am at Jules and the Howl, Jules and the Howl, HOWL. I'm on it and, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, whatever you name it. I'm on there. Spotify, definitely, hit me up there. Apple Music, whatever. Jules and the Howl. That's me.
My guy Derek right there.
Yo, Derek. I was watching your show, Derek. I was watching your clip from Glick's Instagram. So cool shit, man. Cool shit.
Derek was really fun to hang out with.
Yo, Glick, we got to end it with a howl though.
I get in trouble.
Yes! Ow! Let's fucking go. That one was sick, man. Hell yeah.
No, I do. I really do. Thank you for coming on here. It means a lot. I'm gonna ask you for one more favor.
Yeah,
I want you to hang out through this song because what I want you to do is I want you to leave the people with one final thought or one closing something or another before we take off.
Sure.
Derek, thanks for hanging out, man. Jarvis. Woo!
Fucking hell,
Derek
that's right.
Fun. Derek, we got to get on some Call of Duty. If you're available tomorrow, hit me up, brother. Derek is I shout out to all you guys who've been on this show with me. Thank you guys at the end of the day, and thank you for coming on. I really do look forward to having you on again. Obviously, we're going to stay in contact. I stay in contact with everybody, and I promote your guys' stuff and everything like that. Even outside of having all the girls come on or the ladies come on, and I definitely want to do that show. So we'll figure all that out. But even just to have you come on again by yourself, I think it'll be really fun. Or if you're hanging out on a Saturday and you're at home and you see us live, and you want to hit that link and come hang out with us, I will warn you, Saturday nights are a little crazy. But
I got you. I will not whip out my wiener for the Saturday show. I promise.
Your wiener in your pants.
I promise. I will do that. I got you.
Man, I kind of feel bad because the last two songs I have are kind of slower.
That's all good. It's all good. They're gonna get into it. Don't worry.
I am going to save. I do want to start, or at least put it on there at some point, maybe this week or something like that. I do want to promote. I want to feel better. It's a great song. It is a beautiful song, and it really is. When it comes to mental health, I mean, I'm again a music fan. I love storytellers. I love people who write songs and tell a story in them. And it really is a great song when it comes to mental. But I love this song and I love this video, so I'm gonna end this show. It is "Bring Me Your Tears," Jules and the Howl. And did I get? Correct me if I get this wrong. Is it Defo?
Defo. Yep, that's my boy Jared. He's an amazing producer and songwriter. And yeah, we co-wrote that together during COVID, and we did the video. And actually, when we shot the video, it was our first time meeting in person. Nice. And he's still one of my good buddies to this day. So Jared, shout out to you, bro.
So I'm gonna wrap the show up with "Bring Me Your Tears." Again, thank you, Jules.
Thank you.
I knew you were gonna be fun. I knew this was going to be great, and I look forward to having you on the show again, hanging out with you again. And I know Ohio and California is a little far away, but there's something else I got to talk to you about down the road.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're gonna thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out on Glick's House of Music. Make sure you guys check out Jules and the Howl on all social media at Jules and the Howl. Go show her some love. If you're in the LA area and you see her playing a gig, Get your fucking asses there. If you're not there, what the fuck is wrong with
Let's
you?
go howl, bro. Come on, come howl it out with me.
Yeah, howl with us. All right?
Yeah. In the meantime, my stomach is howling, so I'm a see you later, Glick.
So we're gonna play this fucking song because I need one line from you, a little closer. We'll be right back.
Bring me your tears. Bring me your tears. Take all my wasted years. Bring me your tears. You let me down. Left me for dead. Bury me deep in the ground. And over my head, I try to scream till my lungs give out. Clawed my way out the grave, the ghost that you made. Bring me your tears. Bring me your tears. How do they taste? Stain in your face. Sat on your throne, built on my back, shifting my spine. Oh, your pillars crack. So try to scream till your lungs give out. Shut you up, shut you down. Silence your sounds. Bring me your tears. Bring me your tears. Me and me here. Bring me your tears. Watch you squirm, watch you bleed, watch you cave to your knees. Let you fall. Bring me your tears. Bring me your tears. How do they taste? Stain in your face. Bring me your tears. Bring me your tears. Me and this here. Bring me your tears.
Let's fucking go.
I fucking love
Well,
that video,
goddamn
man.
song. So I just followed your guy on Instagram. I love his
Hey!
voice.
I know,
He's
he's great.
Great. He's got a different voice. I
Yeah.
really like it. I'm gonna reach out to him as well.
Do it. Yeah,
So,
you know, he's
but,
he's also a film composer, actually, and he and I
nice.
co-wrote the score to my husband's film Back Home, and that was another really cool experience that I got to share with Jared. I actually just texted him. He was like, "Yo," so his birthday's next week. So yeah,
Nice. I gotta start making these contacts because I can't divulge too much information, but your boy's gonna make his big screen debut at some point.
hey, let's fucking go.
I will say this much, and sorry, Rocky, if you can cuss me out if you want to, Rocky, but I will say that here in the next year or two, I will be the star of a video, a music video, which is really weirding me out. But nonetheless,
That's
thank you
fucking
guys
cool.
for being out tonight. Thank you guys for watching the show. Hopefully, you enjoyed the show. Make sure you check out Jules. Go show her some love. If you're in the LA area, go see her live if you get the opportunity. I think it'll be actually I take it back. I know it'll be an awesome experience. She's
Thank you.
awesome. I knew
Thank
this was going to be a fun show from Jump Street from the moment we started talking. Thank you so much. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You guys are really helping me chase a dream and realize that just because I'm old don't mean I have to give up. So thank you.
Nah,
Thank you. It means a lot.
nah.
You know, it means a lot that you came up here tonight. And I do look forward to hanging out with you again. And I really hope we can put the show together with all the ladies
Hell
from the
yeah.
show coming up. I think that'll be a fun show. Before we leave, before I let Jules go, anything you want to say to everybody listening, anybody who's going to watch the replay, inspirational, non-inspirational, or just a quote that you love or live by? And I'm going to let you go, and then I'll close the show.
Yeah. Well, two things. One, thank you for giving me the honor of being not only your first woman, but your first female rocker on the show. I that's an honor, man. Like, thank you. I hope I did it justice. You did fucking great. It was a good time. But thank you. No, I mean, I guess I would just say, to those who are getting to know me, to those who are getting to know my community, welcome. You're a howler now, and I hope you. Oh, that's right. You're a howler now, baby, and I look forward.
I'm an absolute howler.
Let's fucking go. That's right, you are. Yeah, no, I mean, thank you for joining our Howl, the Howl, our community. I hope you feel like you have a place, you have a home with the Howl and with the Howlers. So welcome and thanks for being here. And so there's that I want to leave you with for sure. But like, okay, what's a quote? Because I love quotes. This quote that I have lived by in terms of making life decisions, making small decisions, making, whether I was going to be an actor or a musician. It was actually a quote that I got from, here's me being a nerd. I went to leadership conference when I was a junior in high school. And yep, that's right, I fucking did. And one of the speakers, he said, do what you would regret more not doing. So whatever that decision is that you're having to make, that is something that's really helped me kind of figure out my compass with bigger, smaller decisions. So yeah, do what you would regret more not doing. And welcome to the Howl. Welcome to the Howlers. And that's right.
Let's go. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you hanging out. Go get something to eat. Don't beat up your husband.
All right.
It's my fault.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Thank you for letting me have a great Friday night, man. I appreciate it. And thanks for introducing me to the community. And until next time, right?
You're welcome back anytime. You're a part of the Nonsensical family now. So
let's fucking go. That's right.
Being here. I'll let you go. Go get something to eat. I'm gonna wrap this bad boy up real quick.
All right. Sounds good, man. Thank you.
Hey, much love. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Jules in the house. She was awesome. Everything I thought she was going to be. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you're not already, go ahead and check out Nonsensical Network. We are on all the social medias. We are on all the platforms at the Nonsensical Network. If you're not already, go ahead and give us a follow, give us a like, give us a listen. This next time around. Now we get awkward.